Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks, to our final part number 4 of our long haul flight from Frankfurt to Sydney, Australia, with the brand new upcoming tomorrow to be released ToLiss Airbus A330-900 Neo. 18 hours and 28 minutes into the flight, and we're cruising at an altitude of 39,000 feet. And approaching our destination fast. You remember our planned flight time, according to the OFP, was 18 hours 54 minutes. But that's history, because we really lost time. We lost time big time. The wind was not as predicted, and normally, okay, you have 5-6 minutes loss on a normal long haul flight, but today, due to this long distance, it is significant, I would say. So let's do the final fuel check for pneumo. Let's see. Pneumo is there. Should be 17 hours 52 minutes. So it was. We flew over Pneumos at 7:41 UTC. That means 19 minutes before. 10 is 20. So this is 1811. 1811. This is 19 minutes late. 19 minutes. 19. This is really big time. And now the fuel, and this is the most important thing on this extreme long haul flight. Pneumo was estimated fuel on board 7.3 tons, and we should have 9.9. This is 2.6 tons less than we have to, and this is a problem for us, because, as I told you in the part 2 and part 3, that we have to save fuel on our route, and Canberra is our first alternate, and we needed a diversion fuel according OFP of 5.2 tons, and according our fuel prediction page, it was only 4.4 tons. But you see, our estimated fuel on board for Sydney is 3.9. So we are lacking half a ton, 500 kilograms for this to make it happen. So I thought, the first thought I had said, okay, we checked the weather of Sydney, and the weather of Sydney is pretty good. You see the ATIS of 7:12, it's 45 minutes late, approaches northerly 3-4 and 3-4 left and right, and the wind is 03015 knots, Kavok, 24 degrees with 1002 the QNH. So Kavok is pretty good. So I thought about a commitment, just to skip the alternate and say we go to the destination, because we have 2 separate runways, or even 3 separate runways with approach procedures, suitable approach procedures. We have the weather conditions, which suits, but the thing in my company, this procedure is called no decision alternate procedure, is not permitted. So if you go into the book and try to read about this procedure, you read the first note. Note the no decision alternate procedure is not permitted. So that's it. So I cannot even think about doing this, going to Sydney and just land there. It would be illegal, at least with my company. So that means we have to go to the alternate, Canberra, or find an alternate which is closer to Sydney, has suitable weather conditions, and a suitable runway for an instrument approach for landing. And you won't believe it, I found it. We have an airport on our route. I think we will pass him later on in the approach. This airport is Yankee Sierra Romeo India. This is Richmond. And Richmond has a runway of 7,000 feet. That means 2,134 meters. And I calculated the approach already, and it's suitable for us. And the approach is also a good one. We have an ILS approach on runway 28. Okay, we have some crosswind because the weather is 350 degrees 10 knots. That means 70 degrees cross. More than 10 kilometers of visibility, few and 8,900 feet, 26/19 and 1002 the QNH. So this is very much suitable. And that brings us legally to Sydney, because when we look at the fuel prediction, and I changed the alternate already, you see there's no Canberra as the alternate anymore. There's Yankee Sierra Romeo India, it's Richmond. And when you see our min destination fuel on board right now is 2.2 tons. This is not really much, definitely, but I need only 200 kilograms of fuel for the alternate to Richmond, because it's just around the corner from Sydney. And if I make an approach into Sydney and thereafter go around and go straight to Richmond, it will last about 10 minutes, the flight, and I will land with 2.9 tons of remaining fuel. This is at least legal. It's not really nice and comfortable, but you see the final time I have to have at the destination, this is 30 minutes holding at 1,500 feet, is 1.9 tons. So we are 1 ton above this when we reach the alternate. So legally we can do this, but first priority would definitely be Sydney. If we land there and we screw up our approach because I was not sterilized, whatever. But everything is fine. The weather's good. The no blocked runway. Everything is good. We make it go around. Just going around and make a quick next approach to Sydney rather than go straight to Richmond. But if the runway closes or the airport closes for whatever reason, blocked runway or whatever, then we definitely go straight to Richmond. Okay. This spoken, we are approaching our destination, so our remaining flying time is about 45 minutes. The first thing I do is just inform the purser that our landing will be in about 40 minutes. And I will make a passenger announcement 30 minutes before, and then we switch on the seatbelt signs. Okay, right now I need some charts for Sydney. So, the airport. Runway 34 left is a big one, almost 4 kilometers. Very nice indeed. So the approach will be 34 left. No. Bori. 3 Alpha arrival, I think. Yes. Bori 3 Alpha arrival. And the approach is runway 34 left, ILS. And ILS 34 right.
Lufthansa 9041, contact Melbourne Center on 119.5.
Lufthansa 941 119.5 vorbei. This is say intentions. AI. Melbourne Central, good evening. Lufthansa 941 Heavy, flight level 390.
Lufthansa 9041, Melbourne Center identified. Good evening.
So we have traffic. I saw this is 2000 below. Okay, I need to check this before top of descent. Okay, so 34 left. Let's see, I need to get rid of this alternate for the time. Okay, so let's do the briefing. Pilot monitoring starts. Okay, we expect the Bori 3 Alpha arrival into Sydney, and then the ILS approach runway 34 left. The minimum is 220 feet. And the missed approach procedure is direct to Sierra Yankee Sierra Tango. Let's see if this is in the box. Whoops, 34 left. No, this is, oh, this is 34 right. Good morning. So track 335, yeah, 335 course. At mandatory 500, turn left, track 320, climb to 3000. 320, 3000 is in the box. I will do Sydney on both RADNAVs. This is set already. And the fuel we discussed already. We have extra fuel, 1.7 tons, 26 minutes, according the alternate Richmond. Okay, thank you. So my part now, pilot flying, I will do the approach with flight directors on, autopilot on, auto thrust on. And on final, I will switch off the auto thrust, autopilot, and manual landing with, I would say we make auto brakes off and config full. Let's see if the config full is selected. It is. And our VLS is 124 and 129 is our approach speed. We checked it already with the landing performance tool. Well, so then threats. Okay, threats I would say is the fuel situation. So we are low fuel situation definitely, and the mitigation is just already discussed. If there is just a go around because we made a mistake, we did not be configured properly and need to go around, then we are able to do another approach if the traffic situation and the weather permits. If not, we go straight to Richmond. Okay. So let's see if ATC in Sydney is still online. Looks good. Let's see what the frequency is. No, it's Brisbane. What is this? It's 124.4. 124.4. All right. So some weather on the left side, but I cannot see anything. Okay, so one word to the fuel situation. You remember that we have this issue with the trim tank transfer, and I just learned that it was just released, the release candidate number 2, the final version, and this issue I reported to ToLiss is already solved. So this yo-yo, as he calls it, with transferring up, transferring forward, and so on, you saw that is solved with the next release candidate and will be solved when you are able to buy this beautiful aircraft on Saturday. That means tomorrow. So finally, the synoptic worked anyway. So you see the trim tank is empty. Everything is pumped forward. And you see in the memo panel trim tank transferred, and also the outer tanks are transferred, but still I see the valves are open. So I think you're still trying to get these 50 kilograms out of the other tank. But everything looks good, it looks green, and we can use all of our fuel, which is an important thing. Okay, so now I would like to update our weather for Sydney. So it's 8:01, so it's 15 minutes old. Visual approach, 3-4 left and right. Independent parallel departures in progress. 3013, 241003 now. .30 degrees with the 13. Okay, so the go around, we have 2,700 is the MSA that will be put into the go around acceleration, single-ended acceleration. Altitude, okay, so this is done. So, top of descent. Lufthansa 941, request descent.
Lufthansa 941, they requested altitude for descent.
Lufthansa 941 would like to descend flight level 250.
Lufthansa 941, descent approved. Descend flight level 250.
Lufthansa 941, descend flight level 250. Okay, thrust idle, descend alt blue, flight level 250 blue.
Lufthansa 941, maintain flight level 250.
Yeah, Lufthansa 941, descend and maintain flight level 250. So right now we're switching frequency to Sydney approach. So let's see what the
approach just 765, established localizer runway 34 left. We have runway in visual. Just 765, cleared independent visual approach runway 34 left.
So information is Golf. Sydney approach, good evening. Lufthansa 941 Heavy, descending flight level 250 inbound Bori. Sydney approach, good evening. Lufthansa 941 Heavy, descend and maintain flight level 250.
Identification services terminate, frequency change approved, see you later.
Sydney approach, good evening. Lufthansa 941 Heavy, descend and maintain flight level 250.
105, have a nice day. Just 765, yeah.
Sydney approach, Lufthansa 941. Seatbelts are going on. Okay, they don't hear us. Very nice. Let's do it again. Engine NTI is on. Sydney approach, good evening. Lufthansa 941, descend and maintain flight level 250.
Lufthansa 941, you're not in my airspace. Monitor Unicom 12.8.
Lufthansa 941, Unicom 122.8. So when do I go into Sydney? So at what altitude I have to call you later on?
There's no specific altitude, there's a distance, but you've followed a pretty terrible route, but it will be when you cross Bori that you enter my airspace. Since you're flying around the sun to meet the moon.
So what does it mean? So I cannot land in Sydney due to the routing?
Negative, but you will contact me at Bori.
I will contact you at Bori. Thanks. Lufthansa 941. What the heck?
Sydney approach, get over, velocity 867, information, hotel descending 9,000.
It's not even answering me.
867, g'day, Sydney approach, identified,
Okay.
cleared by the Rivet 3 arrival runway 3.
He's not very pleased with us coming into Sydney, I suppose. Whatever. So the weather is not really nice here right now.
Velocity 867, descend via the star 8,000. 8,000, velocity 867.
So if there's Carbock at Sydney, no, it's not Carbock anymore, but it's View 3000, 24 1003. Okay, we'll see.
Just 421, g'day, visual approaches are in use, squawk 4075.
So I hope I will remind myself that I like to use the head-up display for approach.
Just 421, identified, cleared via the Bori 3 Alpha.
Normally I forget it because I'm not used to it. All the time when I land to do the after landing items and look up to the overhead panel, I see I see the head-up display in the stored position, and I say, okay, I forgot it again. Okay, so now we have our planned flight time of 18 hours, 54 minutes, but we are well in flight right now. So at least 25 minutes to go. Mach Alster. Okay, so we continue to descend to flight level 170. And thrust descent, alt blue, flight level 170 blue. Okay, let's see. Let's check the constraints. Bori, no constraint at all. We need to be at Vasra 8000 or above. That's correct. Barrow at 9000 or below. I filed a terrible routing, he said. Wow. 4000 to 9000. Barrow. Okay, he's just 9000 or below. Ovals. Ovals, gentle. And Tsonka, 6000 or above. This is
UPS 11, g'day, Sydney approach, identified, cleared to Sydney via the Movement 3 arrival.
Tsonka.
Information, hotels, current, expect vectors for the independent visual approach.
Dudok and Nasho.
Cleared to Movement 3 for left.
Dudok, Nasho, overfly. And then we have the manual.
UPS 11, descend by the star 10.
Okay, that's pretty good. Approach is 34 left or 34 right. So it's sausage with aircraft, maybe a radar vector to final approach. Okay, very good. So the approach starts at 3000 feet. Pretty good. So what I will do, I will copy active the secondary. Okay, so engine NTI is off. Copy active and then put in the ILS 034 right, just to be prepared. Bori 3 Alpha is in, and we put in the minimum of the 34 right approach. Let's see. Also 220. That's the same. So if we get the right one, we just can activate the secondary and be prepared for the approach. So the approach is on the 34 right is at 2000 feet. And the descent point is 6.3 in Kilo November. All right. Hmm. 2000, check. So the transition level
4000, lost yet 60,000.
is 110.
Right, good evening, you've just 32, heavy airborne through 2200 on climb 5. Yes, 421, descend by the
So Lufthansa 941, descend and maintain flight level or altitude 10,000 feet, QNH 1003. Lufthansa 941, descend and maintain 10,000 feet, QNH 1003. Alright, 10,000 below, set QNH. QNH 1003, cross-checked. Passing 16,700 feet now. Very good indeed. Approach checklist. Bauerref. QNH 1003. QNH 1003. Seatbelts on. Minimum is Baro 220 feet. Auto brake is off. And engine start selector non. Project is complete. So one word to the auto brakes. So you see I did not select any auto brakes. So we have low or medium. The thing with the carbon brakes is that they're getting hot or very hot when you're riding the brakes. If you do a firm brake, they won't get that hot. But if you, in this case, have, for example, auto brakes low, and you're in a high energy or high speed energy phase, then the brakes are getting pretty hot. The best thing you can do for these brakes, for the brake wear, is just landing without auto brake. If you are allowed at the airport to use full reverse, as we are, then it's the best thing to just do full reverse until 70 knots, then stow the reverses, brake firmly, and get off the runway. And you won't get hot brakes because we don't have a brake fan. It's not an issue today because the aircraft is staying at Sydney. It's don't return. But if you have a hot destination like Kuwait, with sometimes 47 degrees centigrade or more, then it's a thing you have to think about. Next thing is ROPS, this runway overrun thing we have here. It's set on dry because we don't have a wet runway to be expected right now, and you see on the ND below the ILS 34 left, dry 6. Normally this would be in the checklist at least. Some carrier have it on the checklist. So Bori, I will tell them. Approach, good evening again, Lufthansa 941 Heavy approaching Bori, descend and maintain 10,000. Sydney approach, Lufthansa 941.
Yeah, Lufthansa 941, Sydney approach.
Lufthansa 941, just past Bori, descend and maintain 10,000.
Yeah, Lufthansa 941, thanks. When I went to activate your flight plan, my controller client froze. Squawk 1103.
Squawk 1103, Lufthansa 941.
Velocity 867's visual. Velocity 867, cleared independent visual approach.
Okay, Squawk 1103 is inserted.
Clear visual approach, runway 3 for left, velocity 867.
Okay, 800 feet to go.
Just 421, descend 4000. Descend 4000, just 4 to go. Lufthansa 941 identified, descend via the star 8000, runway 34 left, inspect vectors for the independent visual approach.
Lufthansa 941 following the stars for ILS runway 34 left.
Yeah, Lufthansa 941, it was descend by the star, runway 34 left.
Descending by the star, runway 34 left, Lufthansa 941. Okay, descending via the star. So the lowest altitude on the star is 6,000 feet. Okay, so the lights will go on, constrained, and the ILS.
Squawk 0536, rescue 203. Rescue 203, report ready for departure.
I see the airport. Hey, the weather's really nice. Really nice.
Rescue 203 is ready for departure. Rescue 203, just give me 2 seconds. Which way are you tracking? I don't live in Sydney, so I don't know where the hospitals are. Rescue 203, Roger.
So, we passed the 19-hour mark of our flight time, 19:04. It's evening in Sydney, so we have in Germany, in Europe, we have 10:34 a.m. in the morning, and in Sydney we have local time 7:35 p.m.
Above 3,500 after takeoff, track direct Sydney, overfly Sydney Airport. Overfly Sydney Airport. Rescue 203, and we're just becoming airborne now. Roger.
So unfortunately, we won't see the opera house of Sydney, but maybe when we overfly it from the north.
UPS 32, you're leaving my airspace.
Normally you see it on the left. Yeah, maybe we see it.
Change approved. See you later. UPS 30, take it up. Just 421, turn right, heading 305 degrees. Join finals, runway 34 right, report 34 right inside. Turn right, 305, report inside, 205, just over the Rescue 203, confirm score code is 053636.
Okay, the fuel 4,400. So in case, just in case the lower level fuel lights, fuel pump low level lights will go on, we don't need to follow the procedures completely, because the ECAM procedure will be that we transfer fuel from the transfer tank, from the outer tanks, and from the center tanks, and whatever, but every tank except of our inner tanks are empty. Lufthansa 941, descend by the star 6000. Okay, he's not going down. So we do thrust idle open descent, alt blue 6000 blue. $2,000 to go. Checked. So we don't need to follow the procedure completely, because we have all pumps on. We have the inner tanks which are feeding, so we can disregard, or we can disregard the ECAM, because it's time consuming, and if you're not prepared to this and you're in the approach, then you do a go around, because you need to handle the procedure, the ECAM procedure, before you get at 2,000 feet, because you're not allowed to do an ECAM procedure, to continue an ECAM procedure below 1,000 feet ATL. So you have to go around, and this is this is crap because you cannot change anything. You have your fuel pumps for the inner tanks and feeding the fuel, and that's it. Okay, so there is Sydney. In front of us is the airport, and on the left side you see the city and maybe the opera house. So you see the opera house and the bridge. There you go. You see that? See it? With the VR goggle, not really nice. But there it is, the opera house. Nice and easy. Downtown Sydney. That is amazing. There's the airport. So 34 left. He told us he assigned our runway already, so that everything is in the box. And over there is traffic.
Yeah, Rivet, 34 left, I meant. Yeah, you're not following the route. What do you mean? You're not following the filed route.
I'm
following the...
He's a little angry ATC controller.
Runway 34 left, report. Runway inside. 005, to report on the side, New Zealand 107, can you receive voice?
I filed a terrible routing. Wow.
Qantas 123, you're not following the route that you've filed to VATSIM. Why not?
Why not?
I don't know why not.
That doesn't help him.
Where are you supposed to be going?
So I don't know what you think, but I think it's a quite arrogant controller. Not very helpful if somebody is screwing up something or is flying in the wrong direction. Okay, that's exactly what I told you. The low-level fuel lights, and now look what we got. Okay, let's do the ecam action. Oh, so let's do it into the
090 degrees. Turn right heading turn left heading 290.
Okay.
090.
Land ASAP in amber. So I couldn't see it very clearly, but when it come again, and it will, then you will see we cannot do anything. The only thing we can do is opening the crossfeed, but nothing else. So is there any speed limit?
Lufthansa 941, descend 4,000.
Lufthansa 941, descend and maintain 4,000.
Qantas 123, descend 10,000, Sydney QNH is 1003.
All right, thrust idle open descent, alt blue, 4,000 blue. 2,000 to go, check. So once I'm down at 4,000, I will reduce the speed. So we are inbound to Nesho now, and thereafter it's radar vectors. So let's see. Speed vertical speed minus 1,000.
Fly heading 155 degrees. Fly heading 155, Qantas 123.
And
UPS 11 contacts.
reducing speed to 20. Activate approach phase.
Seat departures connect Qantas 489, it's already on runway 34 right.
1,000 to go. Checked.
Qantas 489 looks like tower
Any
has just
traffic here? No.
bolted. Give me a second. Qantas 489, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff, runway 34 right, Qantas 49. UPS 11. UPS 11 approach is here. No tower. Yeah, he just bolted, runway 34 left, clear to land. Clear to land, 34 left, CPS 11.
So 117 is ground. Okay.
Lufthansa 941, turn left heading 070 degrees, descend to 3000.
Lufthansa 941 left heading 070, descend to maintain 3000. Left heading 070.
New Zealand 137.
And descend to maintain 3000.
G'day, looks like that looks 00 back on. Yeah, roger. After pawn 5.
Fast, idle open descend, alt blue, 3000 blue. 1000 to go.
After pawn,
Checked.
New Zealand 137.
So radial intercept.
Descend by the star 7000. 7000 via star, New Zealand 137.
155, 155. Okay, so heading blue, heading black. Okay, so manage speed.
Qantas 49 is airborne passing 2,400 to 5,000. Qantas 489, g'day, Sydney
So
approach,
fuel
identified climb by the
is
set
below
5000.
2000 in the inner tanks.
5,000, Qantas 40. Lufthansa 941, turn left heading 005 degrees, intercept the localizer, runway 34 left.
Lufthansa 941 left heading 005, intercepting localizer 34 left. Okay. Localizers aren't lock blue. Okay, India Sierra November 1010 is identified. This is correct, and we have 16 miles to go. Lockstar. $19 hours, 16 minutes. Wow.
Qantas 123, turn left heading 070 degrees. Qantas 123, Sydney approach.
Okay, just to check, the missed approach altitude will be 3000.
Rescue 203, leaving controlled airspace, control services terminate, frequency change approved, squawk VFRs. Squawk VFR, frequency change approved, Rescue 203.
Lufthansa 941, establish localizer, runway 34 left.
Lufthansa 941, continue approach.
And Lufthansa 941, are we cleared the ILS?
Continue approach, yes, cleared ILS, runway 34 left.
Lufthansa 941, cleared ILS, approach runway 34 left. Roger, so approach mode is armed, autopilot 2, cut 3 dual, autopilot 1 plus 2, glide stop blue, flaps 1, speed checked, flaps 1.
Qantas 123, Sydney approach.
Flaps 2, speed checked, flaps 2. Glide start. Go around altitude is set.
Lufthansa 941, runway 34 left, clear to land.
Lufthansa 941, clear to land 34 left. All right, get down. Get down. So head-up display. Okay, that's a little too bright.
Approach runway 34 left.
Okay. Plus 3. Speed checked. Plus 3.
2,500.
Checked. Okay, manual thrust. Manual flight.
Qantas 123, I've called you about 5 times now. Turn left heading 070 degrees. I didn't hear anything. Turn left heading 0.
What a great thing this head-up display is. Unbelievable. Okay, flaps full. Speed checked. Flaps full. The only issue is that I cannot see the circle when the approach, the runway markings and runway lights are very bright, like they are right now. So I have to make it brighter. Okay, landing checklist. ICA memo, landing no blue. Landing checks complete. Okay, so we out of idle.
New Zealand 107, turn left heading 155 degrees, descend 4,000. Descend 4,000 left 155 degrees, New Zealand 107.
So 47 and 1. It's a
Qantas
little bit.
123, turn left heading 335 degrees. Turn left heading 335 degrees, Qantas 123.
I'm not very used to this head-up display. I'm really wobbling around here.
1,000.
Checked. Checked. Mm-hmm. Be aware that I'm streaming, so. Was Officer sagt.
500.
So now the problem is that I cannot see the ball because the runway lights are so bright.
Qantas 123, descend 8,000.
300. 100 above.
Descend 8,000, Qantas 123.
Minimum.
Continue.
$100.
Mm.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard.
107, turn left heading 070 degrees, descend 3,000.
Alright. Spoilers.
070 degrees, New Zealand 107.
Reverse green.
489, leaving my airspace, control and identification services terminate, frequency change approved, see you later.
No reverse green.
Tom from 489, thanks.
No, it's not reverse green. And decel. Oh, it's raining. 70. Checked. Okay. Head-up display. So I need to go to Foxtrot.
City approach, velocity 931, passing 3,400
1923.
New Zealand 107, turn left heading 005 degrees, intercept localizer runway 34 left. Left 005 and intercept localizer 34 left, 10 0. Velocity 931, can identify, climb by the SID flight level 280. Climb by the SID flight level 280, velocity 931. Velocity 931, cancel speed restrictions below 10,000.
Alright.
Cancel speed restrictions below 10,000, velocity 931. Qantas 123, descend 4,000. Descend 4,000, Qantas 123. Velocity 931, can you just check your squawk code is 4471? Apologies, we read back 4421, we can squawk 4471, velocity 931. Velocity 971, thanks. Squawking velocity 931.
Lufthansa 941, runway 34 left vacated.
Lufthansa 941, contact ground 12, correction tower 120.5, good day.
120.5 away.
New Zealand 107, cleared ILS, runway 34 left approach. Cleared ILS, 34 left. New Zealand 107, contact tower 120.5, good day.
Ooh, no sound anymore.
Tower 10.5, New Zealand 107, good day. Qantas 123, turn left heading 300 degrees. Turn left heading 330 degrees, Qantas 123. Qantas 123, heading is 300. 300, Qantas 123.
What's wrong here? 1205.
Velocity 931, can you confirm our flight level clearance was 280? Hey, firm. Airport left, clear to land, New Zealand 127.
I said good evening, Lufthansa 941 in Alpha. What is wrong here?
Lufthansa 941, can you please repeat last transmission?
Two 0.5. 120.5. Tower, good evening, Lufthansa 941.
Lufthansa 941, Sydney Tower, good day.
Sea Tower, good day, velocity 951, requesting IFO clearance to Brisbane as filed.
Very strange.
Velocity 951, you're cleared to Brisbane via the Olsen flight plan route. Runway 34 right, Olsen 1 departure. Climb via SID 5000, squawk 6037.
Okay, the
and
sound is
departures
gone.
at 124.4.
And Tower, good evening, Lufthansa 941 in Alpha.
Sea Tower, velocity 951, we cleared to Brisbane via the Olsen departure, runway 34 right, climb via 5000 feet, squawk 6037, and departures on 124.4. And also, we do not have the updated air rack, so we're going to have to need a different SID, velocity 951.
Okay, start APU.
New Zealand 107, clear around.
Sydney target evening, Lufthansa 941, do you read?
Lufthansa 941, stand by, break, Air New Zealand 107.
Stand by. Okay, so flight hours, trip time was 19 hours 23 minutes. I was too dumb to stop the clock, to stop the stopwatch. I selected one more to the right and deleted it. Oh goodness. I don't have a proof right now for our flight time. Okay. It was 1923.
Velocity 951 to Sydney Tower.
New
That's
Zealand
the
107,
longest flight I've ever made.
122.8, speak soon.
In real, of course, and also simulated. Okay, the APU is...
Lufthansa 941, welcome to Sydney, any berth reference?
no, international terminal. Thank you, Lufthansa 941. Ganz kurz.
Taxi Alpha Golf to the bay.
Say again, Alpha and Golf to the ramp.
Lufthansa 941, that's correct, Alpha Golf to the bay.
And to the bay, understand? Ja, ich bin gerade gelandet.
Lufthansa 941, you can go anywhere into the international section, Alpha Golf to the bay.
Roger, Alpha and Golf to the ramp, Lufthansa 941. Okay, so engine master, switch number 2 cutoff. Or off. So, Morph, jetzt bin ich bei dir. Er hat mich erstmal hier eine Weile rumstehen lassen. Also dieses Sydney Controller heute, muss ich sagen, Bitte? Ja, nee, einfach, er war so ein bisschen arrogant, kam er ein bisschen rüber. Er meinte so, you filed a terrible routing, sagt er zu mir. Wollte ich gerade sagen, weil ich meine, ich habe eine vernünftige Arrival gefiled, Bori, und dann sagt er, switch to Unicom. Ich sag, ja, aber ich will noch nach Sydney, wann soll ich Sie rufen? Ja, wenn Sie over Bori sind. Ja, ich sag, okay, dann rufe ich Sie halt über Bori. Und dann, also er war nicht, he was not very supportive. And so I don't get a stand right now here. But just a second. Ganz kurz. Airport. Parking base international. So he said Alpha and Golf. Alpha is here, Golf is there, there's the international base. So I just take one of these stands. Okay. 19 Stunden 23. Ja, eine halbe Stunde mehr, ja. Oh, hör bloß auf. Ich habe 3,6 Tonnen jetzt. Ne, 4,4 für Canberra. Aber ich habe es dann noch geschafft. Ich habe gedacht, ich mache ein Commitment to Stay, so wie es das früher gab. Und das nennt sich bei Lufthansa No Destination Alternate Procedure. Und da habe ich aber direkt in der ersten Zeile gesehen, this procedure is not permitted. Ist geil, oder? Es steht zwar das Procedure komplett da, wie es eigentlich sein soll, aber es steht direkt oben drüber, es ist not permitted. So, warte mal, jetzt lass mich mal ganz kurz gucken hier, dass ich meinen Stand finde. Ja, ich rufe dich gleich nochmal zurück, wenn ich hier fertig bin. Weil ich bin noch am Stream, okay? Bis gleich, ciao. Okay. So, thunderstorm in the vicinity. Okay, so we take this next to the right. So, transponder is standby. This is stand number 37.
Runway 34 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 34 left, New Zealand
Wow.
2350.
Qantas 483, no further ATC, monitor Unicom 122.8, see ya.
Alright, so taxi light, runway turn off, light off.
New Zealand 2350, no further ATC, monitor Unicom 122.8, see ya.
Gunner 122.8, thank you, have a good night, thanks for the ATC.
Alright, parking brake is set. Land ASAP, wow. APU bleed is on. Engine off. Cabin crew, all doors in park. Okay, this and this. Okay, slides are disarmed, seatbelt is off. And one more thing, ATC mode selected to standby. Alright. Parking checklist. Parking brake chocks, parking brake set. Engines off. Radar predictive winch system off, and fuel pumps off. Parking check is complete. Alright, we are here. Let's see if we get the jetway to the aircraft. It is moving. Very nice. Okay, so here we are. The fuel is 3,560. Wow. Still the valves are open. Outer tank. He's desperately trying to get some more fuel into the inner tanks. So if you see, we have 100 kilos in the outer tanks combined, 90 in the center tank, and 90 in the trim tank. So 280 kilograms would be still available. But the system's not able to transfer it. All right, that's it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our flight. 19 hours, 23 minutes. Really a shame that I deleted the elapsed time. This is something you not see very often. But maybe I can get it out of the stream. I know that I looked at it before I resetted it, and there was 1923, so I will make a screenshot. Okay, so I think before we leave, we put the external power to the aircraft. And let's see, external power that chocks into position. The entry door, also the door for the 4L, and cargo doors.
Sydney Tower, New Zealand 117 again on the ILS 34 left.
Well,
New Zealand
this is
107,
done.
34 left, clear to land.
Let's see.
34 left, clear to land.
Override. Okay, so let's see. We have ground power connected, and we can we leave the APU on for a while until the passengers disembarked, and thereafter we switch it off. Okay, in the meantime, I can do some external view. Let's see. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. There is our airplane. There you go. Well, yeah, these reflections, I think it's having to do with the alpha channel. Is a little bit too extreme. If there's somebody out there of you guys is able to tell me how to get rid of these reflections or to make it a little bit less dominant or to just change them, please drop me a note, because I don't get it how to do it. Okay, so we are not really on the yellow line, okay, but almost. Well, hard work for the engines, but they worked flawlessly. Well, so the sound is a little low. You don't hear the APU. See? Well, okay. I need to switch, or I need to tweak a little bit my sound settings, I think. Okay. Everything looks nice from here. So, just a little baggage, no containers, or no, at least no cargo containers. Well, so we are here. Okay, let's wrap up our transmission and our stream, 4 parts. Hope you enjoyed it. And what's really important, enjoy the stream, enjoy the aircraft when it's released tomorrow. You can really look forward to it. It's a masterpiece. Okay, now finally I can show you the ECOM warning, what I'm talking about. So we have fuel left and right wing tank low level, and you see what you have to do in this ECOM action. Outer tank transfer man. Left pump 1 on, left pump 2 on, left standby pump on, right pump 1 on, right. But everything you see, and you see the overflow sign, you have to do, okay, in this case, you have the fuel pumps off because we are at the gate, but in flight, you don't have to do to switch on these pumps. But look at when I clear right standby on, if no fuel leak, fuel crossfeed on. Okay, so this is the only thing which makes sense to do the fuel crossfeed on. And let's just do this, and you see this item will go away. So let's recall it. Oh, it's not working for whatever reason. There you go. Okay, the recall works. No, what? Okay, here we go. Let's see again. Now let's do the ecom. Outer tank transfer man. Outer tank transfer man.
New Zealand 137 vacating now.
And these items you have to do with the crossfeed. It takes time, and if you're close to 1,000, you make a go around. Just, but you won't change anything, even if you make it on one and you switch in all these fuel pumps. And then he says outer tank transfer. And now he says manual transfer completed. Outer tank transfer auto. You see, it takes time because he's trying to get everything out of the tanks, and he did it. He did these 50 kilograms, but it takes time, and you don't have it when you are in the final approach. So what is said? Outer tank transfer auto, and that's it. Clear fuel. That would be the ecam procedure. So I make a switch off the fuel pumps again because we don't need it anymore. Okay, I told you the reason why I switch off the standby first. Remember, I did it in some of my streams. I can show and demonstrate it again. If you do it the other way around, maybe you have the fuel pumps on here, and you start with switching off the main fuel pumps here, and then the standby. The standby, once I switch these off, it's just switching to run, and after you switch it off, it's stopping again. So it's worse, and maybe on long term damage the standby pump if it's getting on and off all the time. So look what's happening when I switch off these main pumps. You see a short standby or maybe a fault light. Let's see. You see a short fault light. That is the moment where the pump is switching on, and then I switch it off. So this is not good. So if you do it the other way around, that means when you switch it off from below to above, that first the standby and then the main pumps, then you're good to go. And you don't need to change the standby pump regularly. Okay, that's it. Final thing is just check the drift of the IRS. It's a procedure when getting to the gate. Okay, so the IRS 1, 7.3 nautical miles off. IRS 2 is 10.3, and IRS 3 is 6.9. So all is well in limits. With a flight time of 19 hours, over 19 hours, you can have way above 20 miles off before you have really an issue with the IRSs or have to demonstrate or even change the unit. So everything is good here. All right. So again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream, or better to say the streams, and enjoy the aircraft tomorrow. It's worth everything which is coming. All right. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye-bye.